So I'm going to Melbourne, going on to Auckland for another business trip. This time the flight is not a red-eye, but reasonably early. I'm not sure what I'll be doing in Auckland in terms of food reviews or coffee, but yeah, we don't know. We'll see what's out there. I'll be staying near the airport, so there really isn't that much opportunity. So maybe some reviews of food around the airport, or maybe the hotel. We'll see. Catch you later. See, it's pretty hazy. I've arrived in Melbourne, and this is the kind of haze you'd expect in maybe, say, Shanghai, China. But this is obviously because of the fire that's going across Australia. You don't see this in South Australia. Even though in South Australia there's been some fires in Kangaroo Island, but in the city, Adelaide City, you do get the smoke, but not at this level. So I'm at Auckland Airport at this coffee place at Atomic Coffee Roaster. Having a short black. Obviously they don't roast it themselves on the spot, but it's ground fresh. So Auckland Airport, as you get off down the stairs, Atomic Coffee Roasters. Yeah, so I just had a sip of the actual coffee itself. While it has the fruity notes, it's tinges of bitterness, which is, you know, not great. And the temperature is, yeah, way too hot. So other than the tinge of bitterness and the temperature, but you know, it's on the nose, it's good. Yeah, definitely not the best coffee I've had, but you know, not the worst. So it's drinkable. At the airport, there's a bus. It's called the 380 Airporter. I'm trying to get into the Mangere town centre, which is like a old school shopping area. I think it's mostly for locals and that. A lot of $2 shops and stuff. So I thought it might be interesting. Well, I've got a few hours to spare before my boarding back to Australia. And yeah, it comes every 10-15 minutes apparently. Should be about $5 New Zealand dollars. Let's just have a bit of a walk around. Haven't had really any opportunity to explore New Zealand because obviously I've just been here to work and have meetings in and out. So yeah, well, I've got a couple of hours to spare. Let's do it. Yeah, so there's two stops, two buses to go to Mangere town centre. You have to take Wanahanga Transport Centre one. Otherwise, it's the other one is going to Manukau station, and it doesn't stop at the town centre. Something to take note. You see a lot of their houses have claddings. They actually use there's not as many brick houses as in Australia. So yeah, you can see all these houses are clad. I'm not sure if it's wood or I've seen actually plastic cladding as well, which is obviously going to last. But yeah, it's very different to, say, Australian housing. Very popular, these cladding, non-brick type fascia. so this is where the bus stop stops us, Mangere Town Centre, entrance 1. So you can hear a lot of, not sure what language it is. I don't know if it is Maori. Could be Fijian, not sure. Sorry guys if I'm offending anybody, but you know, I don't know the language, but it obviously is local. Yeah, so here it is. Yep, nice. Feels very local for sure. Like it. Very nice. Let's get into the culture. There's a Manga de Box Seafood, and something interesting is that these seafood places actually sell fish and chips. So they have the fresh seafood, they sell the fish, and they actually also sell the cooked options as well. So I've had some very good fish and chips here in New Zealand. I'm glad to have tried it. You know, with all the hype of New Zealand fish and chips, it did live up to its name. So the one that my colleague brought me to was very good. Nice batter, and I tried their local fish called Tarakihi, and it was very nice. It has a very nice community feel about it. Very pleasant, I gotta say. You go in there, everybody's laughing, everybody's happy. Very different to the city, that's for sure. Auckland city is certainly not as jovial, not so much talking. Very family oriented, a lot of families around here, local families. I don't really see a lot of tourists, that's for sure. That's nice. It's always nice to see locals when you're in their country and try to do what the locals do, right? It's about 10:30 a.m. It's not that busy. Very relaxed feel. It's a barber shop. There's a little fish shop here, and this is a takeaway shop, sorry. A lot of locals come in here. It's like a deli in Australia. But I did notice that there's a lot of Asians who are the shopkeepers. And apparently I'm told by the locals that the Asians do make the best fish and chips, which is interesting. They've obviously taken over the craft, but the one that I had yesterday for lunch was sensational. It was actually very good. So, you know, don't be too taken aback if you go into New Zealand and you see a fish shop or fish and chip shop and you see an Asian. Don't judge it, because that is actually now the norm, and the quality is actually up to par, and that is according to the locals. So don't argue with the locals. Do you have a tarakihi here? No tarakihi. Okay. I finally found somebody who sells a tarakihi. Tarakihi. And that's what it looks like. So this fish is apparently popular with the New Zealanders, native to New Zealand. Great for their fish and chips. You don't see that every day, but it looks like a normal. So yes, family oriented and definitely community spirit right there. Yeah, So obviously I'm taking this video from afar just to give those exercising the privacy there. So yeah, really community oriented and laughing, more laughing out than I've ever heard in a shopping mall ever. In a shopping mall. So apparently they've got this event every day called Exercise Time. And while this is happening, there's no photos or videos for the privacy, obviously. But and there's a free bouncy castle for the children. You've got people of all ages participating. They're playing pass the ball at the moment. And you've got something like probably a 70-year-old grandma dancing and passing the ball. You've got a DJ just urging people on. Really fun.